How's it going, y'all? Hope y'all are doing okay in these crazy times. I've been having a little problem recently with one of my Game Boy games. Unfortunately, the save files kind of been going recently. It's completely out. It's a copy of Mole Mania, which is a great game, by the way. You should really check it out if you haven't had the chance to. If you're a beginner with soldering, I think this is a really good project to start off with. It's pretty easy to do, and I used to do it the old way, using just prying it out with a craft knife and using electrical tape to tape the battery in. I don't recommend that really. It's just not really the best option. It's not all that reliable. It can come loose and can delete your save file again. So this is way better. First thing you're gonna need is a gambit screwdriver for the little screw that goes in the back of the cartridge, the battery, of course, which you can just buy on eBay. Any soldering iron will work, and something to pry it off, and some solder just in case. It's always good to have. The first thing you're going to want to do is to flip around the game in order to access the little screw hole in the back, and then grab your gambit in order to open it up. Once you've successfully destroyed the warranty of the game, you can flip it around and the little front cover just kind of comes off. Now, always remember to take the board out of the back half of the cartridge just in case you don't want to destroy it with the soldering iron. And there's the board itself, then there's the battery in the top right corner. It's stamped November of 1996, so it's a pretty old battery. So just apply heat to the two pads that keep the battery in place, and just pull up on the with your whatever you may have, a screwdriver. I'm using a craft knife here. So just apply heat to the pads, pull it up, and then flip it around, and be sure to keep it. It's kind of hard to see here, actually. Sorry about that, but you are gonna want to keep it at an angle so not to potentially damage the chips on the board itself. That iron can get pretty hot, so you always want to be careful with it. In fact, I almost burned down the entire house because of it, so hence why I got that little blue heat-resistant mat. It's really useful. Here's the battery. Oh, well, that was the battery. See how clumsy I can be? So there's the battery, and so you can just make sure that the positive and negative ends correspond to where it says on the actual board itself. It has little markers there where the positive and negative ends go. And so here, what I'm trying to do here is to heat up some of that extra solder that got left on the board, in order to just sort of stick it on there so that it doesn't keep moving. I recommend doing this on both ends. And so here it looks like it is, yep, that's stuck in place. So we're just gonna reflow with a bit of solder just to really strengthen that connection. You should always be in a well-ventilated area. Last thing you want to do is to breathe those fumes in and possibly get like COVID or something. Okay, so now what's left is to put everything back together and hope everything went well. Alright, so now hope you guys don't mind me flexing my awesome IPS Game Boy Color. You guys should totally look into modding your own IPS display Game Boy Color. I love mine. And so here we go, Mole Mania. Okay, so well, we're not gonna talk about that. Here we go, Mole Mania. Like I said, this is a fantastic game. Shigeru Miyamoto helped design this one. And so, of course, it's going to be a new game because we just changed the save battery. Although, if you do it quick enough, I hear that it'll actually save it. But for the most surefire results for keeping your save file, I recommend getting like a magic memory card, transferring your save file over to that, and change the battery, and then go back and import your save file back into the new battery. Now, don't worry, this isn't going to be like a let's play or anything. I just want to get to the next screen in order to trigger the save feature. It saves after every screen, which is really convenient for like portable games and all that. So now when I shut it off and turn it back on, it should theoretically start back on at this screen if the save file is working properly. So just gonna turn it back on, and left B because I always put it in grayscale. I never liked the sort of sprite being one color and the backgrounds being another. And here we go. Yep, level 1. And I'm at the end of the first screen and here into the next screen. So there you go. This was a success. Now let me show you what you don't want to do. This is what I used to do before I actually started getting into like soldering and all that. Now once you open this up, you're gonna see the whole travesty of what I used to do. So this is Wario Land, and of course the save file is completely erased on this one, even though I replaced the battery, and I'll show you why. And I'm having trouble getting it off for some reason. It's probably all taped up on the inside. Alright, here it is. So this right here is what you don't want to do. All this tape and all this crap here. And that's it's just not reliable at all, so. And I think I did this with like most of my games back in the day before I like actually tried getting into the soldering thing. And so unfortunately the actual tabs are still gonna be there. So you actually have to like heat those up and take them out in order to install the battery. So here you're just gonna wanna heat up the pad where the little tabs are sticking out of. And again, sorry about my my big hand just being in the way. And just sort of like push it away with the craft knife. And again, you don't have to be like a soldering wizard or a professional welder to do this type of thing. And here's another look at the battery. That's the plus side. I think by accident I actually put it in the wrong way at first. You really don't want to do that. And I assure you, if you put it in the wrong way, corrupted save file is going to be the least of your worries. I can assure you that. And so here, just the same idea as last time. Just heat it up, make sure it's stuck on there, and then add some more, a little bit more solder in order to really strengthen that connection. And so I think that's done. There you go. Okay, so once again, let's put this all back together and test it out, see how it goes. Gonna just move this to better see the action on the Game Boy. And again, gonna whip out my old Game Boy Color with the IPS mod. You can adjust the brightness too, actually, which is pretty cool. I actually have it on the lowest setting in order to best see it. And so there you can see it's a completely deleted save file. And if any of you guys have not played Wario Land on the original Game Boy, you guys really should check it out. It's a really fantastic game. And well, again, this is not exactly HD. I mean, technically it is right now because I've sped up the footage, but I don't think it's how that works. Anyway, here is the first level that's done. And so once I shut it off and turn it back on, we should get a properly saved save file here. So just gonna shut it off here, and I take out the cartridge just to eliminate the possibility of the AA batteries potentially feeding a dead battery inside the cartridge and making it seem as if it did save. So I just take it out just to be on the safe side, and there it is. One level is done, and that is a properly saved save file. So before I get too long and get distracted playing Wario Land, I want to thank you all for watching, and hopefully this helped some of y'all. So you guys take care, stay safe, and I'll see y'all next time.